Good morning, my lovers. I am out. I've got some brilliant news. Brilliant. Remember that spearhead? I don't think it's English Civil War. I think it's 600 years older than English Civil War. I've just shown it some pictures to my fines liaison officer. He wasn't sure, so he sent some pictures to some experts, and it's come back as saxon. Woohoo! Saxon! It's probably one of my best finds ever. Oh, a saxon spearhead. Not only that, that it was lying flat in the ground, flat, like, you know, and about 30 feet away I found a saxon buckle. So I'm going up there now to speak to the landowners, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you the clips of what I found. The buckle and the spearhead. And then I'm going to pop up there today and I'm going to make sure I've got the grid reference for the archaeologists, because they will be coming, because we think we've got a graveyard, graveyard. Woohoo! Oh, well, it could be graves all over the place with spears and knives and grave goods galore. So yeah, really buzzing now. I'm not going detecting, obviously, but yep, I'll show you those clips now. Let's try that. Still down there. I'll get there eventually. Let's cut round it a bit. Don't want to hit it. Oh. Oh, I can see greenness. I can see green. Right there. Oh, is that the impression though? Yeah, that was the impression. Right. And it's one of that green colour that could be interesting green colour. It's the interesting green colour. When things go that sort of luminous greeny turquoisey colour, it might mean that it's something really nice. Right. Oh, there it is. There's that green. But where's the object? Ah, there it is. It's popped out. Right, what's that? That colour. That's the colour you want to look for, that sort of turquoise colour. Right, could mean it's something really old. Ooh. Something really old, like Saxon. Oh, is that Saxon? I've seen pictures of these kinds of buckles, and that shape could mean this is a really old buckle. Right, I'm going to see if I can find the pin, because obviously the pin's missing. There's a little groove that it would have gone in. Right, that could be really old. Yeah, I think it might be really old. Couldn't find the pin, but you see these marks, look? There's some decoration on there. I've got this schmooze over most of it, unfortunately. But yeah, there's these lines of decoration on there. This could be a 1,000-year-old buckle. Woohoo! See that turquoisey sort of colour? That's the colour you want. Right, I'm going to go and check with the landowners now, because they got a computer in their house. And I'm going to see if they can look up Saxon buckles. What do you reckon this is? What is that? It looks like a spearhead. That's where it would have gone into the wood. Bent it a bit trying to get it out. But what do you reckon that is? Something from the English Civil War? Or one of those things you get on top of fence posts, old Victorian fences, you know, when they cut it down for the war, didn't they? It's a bit big though for that, I think. What do you think? Has it got a sharp edge? Sharp in places. It tapers. I think I've just found something really, really nice. There is a central ridge going through the middle. You can just about see it on the other side, but it's more rust. But yeah, I reckon this is definitely a weapon, because if it was from the top of a fence, you know, those Victorian wrought iron fences, why would it have a socket? That would be solid metal all the way along. So this is real. This is a top of a weapon. Woohoo! Lovely jubbly. Right, I'm out in the field where I found the spearhead, and what I tend to do whenever I find anything really important is I always put the clotting upside down. Now, because this field is probably going to get mowed in the spring for hay, what I'm going to do is I've got a rock. I found a rock. In fact, landowner gave me a rock, and I'm going to put the rock in level with the surface of the ground. If I was to put a peg in, the peg would get destroyed when they mow the grass. So I'm going to put this rock in level with the surface of the ground, just to sort of identify the area of where I found the spearhead. Right, there it is. I put the rock in. Now, needless to say, if there's anybody thinking of coming night hawking on this land, I wouldn't bother, because I've been over it with I've done this area now to death with the CTX 3030 and the GPX 5000, and obviously the GPX 5000 was giving me there's no discrimination, so whatever signal you get is iffy. So I was double checking it with a CTX to make sure it wasn't iron. So there could be graves here, there might not be graves here. We won't find out until the geophysics do their thing. So hopefully there is. And this site turns into a fantastic site. But that should now be visible once the the grass cutting machine goes over it. One of the things I've been considering doing during this lockdown is coming to this stream and getting in there and looking for objects, like bits of pottery. I can see looks like a piece of bone down there and a piece of pottery. Yeah, but getting in there with my boots on and just seeing what I can find. There could be all sorts of interesting objects in there. And they're going to have to do it relatively soon, because I've noticed stinging nettles are starting to crop up on the edges of the banks. And that could be uncomfortable, getting stung multiple times. If you don't know what stinging nettles are, that's a nettle there, and it's just had me in the ankle, one of these pesky things. So yeah, I'm going to have to make it sooner or later, perhaps in the next couple of days. But I reckon there's a good possibility they'll be in there soon. It's really interesting. Yeah, I can walk up. It's not too deep at the moment, so I'll probably be able to walk up the length of the stream. I'll have to take some special stuff. Oh, is that a bottle top down there? Possibly a bottle top. Top of a bottle rather than a bottle top. Like a neck bit of the bottle down there on the edge. But there could be some old finds in there. Now that looks like something interesting. And there could be lots of Saxon finds in here. So I'm going to probably, yeah, there's definitely nettles starting to grow up on the edges of the banks. So I'll be coming along within the next couple of days and getting in this stream and see what I can find. Oh, right. Today I got a can of London Pride. Yeah, London Pride reminds me of a march, but well, that might have been a few years ago. Ooh. that's nice. That is nice. 4.7%. Fuller's. Chiswick. Is that in London? Yeah, it must be because it says London Pride. Barley hops. They don't say much about the type of hops, but I tell you what, that is a nice beer. So yeah, that'd be really exciting if we get a Saxon graveyard. You know, they're as rare as hen's teeth. Just goes to show, doesn't it? You've got to dig it all. I thought that was going to be a ploughshare point. Well, it wasn't. Yeah, there's probably a lot more iron signals in the ground round there. There's probably spearheads galore. Still, I'm not going to touch it now until the archaeologists have done their thing. Oh yeah. Cyclist. So I'm not going to touch it now until the archaeologists have done their thing. You know, hands off. Got to leave it to the professionals, and they're not going to be around anytime soon because I was chatting to my fines liaison officer, and he said because of the museums are all sort of closed down, what they're doing is all of the budgets that they had to go on excavations and stuff is all now being spent on keeping those archaeologists employed. So all the money going to digs is all now being used up by their employment, keeping them employed. So I can't see there being any excavation there anytime soon. But what I can do is I can carry on metal detecting, but what I'll do is I'll metal detect around the area when I'm allowed to. Oh, car coming. So yeah, when I'm allowed to go metal detecting once more, we will see. So once metal detecting is approved once more to go, what I'll do is I will go and metal detect the fields nearby. There was a neighbour that said that they thought there might have been something on their fields, but I'm going to have to ask them for permission first. So yeah, rather exciting. Right, I'm going to polish off this can and head off home, put this video together, and we'll get it up online for about tea time-ish. Cheers!
My true love, and gently drops the rain. I have never had but one true love, in greenwood he lies slain. I'll do so much for my true love as I